Bonjour tout le monde. Hey everyone. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, well listen, what a pleasure it is for me to be able to spend a little time with all of you. I'm here with David McGuinty, who's your local MP, does an amazing job and brags about how extraordinary all of you are all the time to all of us, so just how lucky he is to be able to represent all of you. And today I'm accompanied by my son Xavier, who took a little time to be with his dad today. Because this is about all of us. It's about our families, it's about our community, it's about standing up for our fellow Canadians. And that's how we've gotten through this pandemic over the past year and a half. People have been there for each other, people have done the right things. And as Canadians stepped up for their neighbors, as we've been there for our elderly parents, as we've supported each other by wearing masks, by washing our hands 25 times a day, of getting vaccinated, you have been all on the front lines, and Canadians are unbelievably lucky for everything that you have done. Le travail que nous avions fait tous ensemble, mais que vous aviez fait particulièrement en train de sauver des vies, en train de travailler des heures, des journées interminables pour se protéger les uns les autres. Ça a été l'histoire de cette pandémie. And it is inspiring to see, and we all owe you a deep debt of gratitude. But we also, all of us as Canadians, owe you to do our part to help you. And that is why, as a leader and as a government, we have been unequivocal on vaccinations. Vaccines, for as many people as we possibly can get vaccinated, are the way through it. That's why we worked really hard to get enough vaccines for everyone in this country as quickly as we could. And quite frankly, Canadians have stepped up in amazing ways. We are leading the world in number of vaccinations in our population. We're closing in on that 80% of eligible Canadians fully vaccinated. And soon his little brother, who's starting in grade 2 this week, is going to be able to get vaccinated too. But while he's not, those of us who are vaccinated need to make sure we're keeping them safe, and we're keeping you focused on people who need the surgeries, the treatments that are unrelated to COVID, because we know as the numbers are climbing of people who are unvaccinated, who are getting COVID right now, they're putting pressure once again on our healthcare system across the country at a time where most of us are hoping and trying to get back to normal. And that is why we need to continue to be clear and unequivocal in getting people vaccinated, in convincing those people who are still hesitant. I was at University of Ottawa, of Quebec in Ottawa yesterday, talking to a number of people. Yes, there was lots of international students getting their first shots, which was a great thing to see that we're doing. But there were also a few local kids who were admitting that, okay, through the summer they didn't really want to think about it, but now that they're back to school, they're getting vaccinated as well. And that's what we have to just keep encouraging people. And a way to do it is to continue with the education, the information that we're putting out there, to make sure that people are seeing those conspiracy theories debunked and being reassured by having friends and professionals in their community reassure them to get it good, and we're going to keep doing that. But we're also going to make sure that there are lots of reasons why someone who's been hesitant chooses to get vaccinated. That's why if you want to get on a plane or a train in the coming months, you're going to have to be vaccinated. It's not a punishment so much as it is a reward for people who've done that, and to reassure them that when they travel, and if we're traveling with our 7-year-old, we're not worried that they're sitting across the aisle from someone who chose not to get vaccinated. That's not fair. We shouldn't be putting the people, almost 80% of Canadians who did the right things, at risk, and not just on planes or trains, but through working with the provinces on the vaccine passports that the federal government's willing to step up and pay for it because it's so important. Anyone in a gym, in non-essential services like restaurants or theaters will also have to be vaccinated, because that message needs to be unequivocal. I know we're not through this yet. We still have a lot of work to do, and you, unfortunately, will still have a lot of long days ahead of you. But you signed up for that. You signed up to be there for Canadians. Just nobody signed up for a pandemic, and that's why we all have to go extra hard on supporting each other. Mais je veux vraiment, vraiment vous dire merci pour tout ce que vous êtes en train de faire. Merci pour votre force, votre leadership et votre conviction profonde que c'est en étant là les uns pour les autres qu'on va passer à travers cette pandémie. C'est qui on est en tant que Canadiens, c'est qui on sera toujours. On reste fidèle à nos valeurs, on avance ensemble. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Thank you all.